Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Gail.
And welcome to the continuing saga of stage 11 of our Michinoku Coastal Trail walk.
Yes, so we took the bus back to where we left off yesterday, and we've already walked 2 kilometers and are now en route.
Actually, the official trail now. And we've got, the reason we broke it off is that it was going to be too long to do in one day, so we're using basically a 0 day that we had planned for Ishinomaki to do this second part of stage 11, which is, I think, will work out well. We're going to be climbing 490 meters, aren't we?
Roughly, yes.
Yes, and these are going to be, once we get finished with some road walking here, we've got about 6 kilometers of that, and then about another 6 or so kilometers of actual trails to climb the mountain itself and descend before we arrive in Onagawa.
Yes, and from there you'll see that we'll be heading back again to Ishinomaki, which remains our base station for again tonight.
That's right, and that'll be by train. So it'll be a busy day, I think, and yeah, I guess we better get going.
Yes, because it's 9:30 and it's already hot.
Yes.
And I believe that is the mountain that we are going to be climbing. David and I are halfway up the mountain, and we're enjoying right now a rather blissful plateau, and it provides us with lovely shade, but as well spectacular views.
Well, we're at the top. Spectacular view right here. It's going to be downhill from here on in. It just happens to be noontime, so I think what we're going to do is just stop here for lunch. And this looks like a nice spot right by the old high voltage power pylon. Well, looks like I lied. That was not the top of the mountain. There was a good deal of, not in terms of length, but in terms of verticality left, including some nasty stairs and some ankle-busting steep inclines as well. And we're up at the top here, and of course there are actually benches to sit at, which we think is proper when you're at the top of something. However, I would say that despite our little mistaken adventure at the near top, it was a much better view than we have right here, which is basically just surrounded by trees. And when we say top of the mountain, it's top of Mount Dairokuten. And we're not even at the top of that because it's just over there, and it's a little bit even higher than what we are right now. But the trail does not take us to that height. I hope not. And from here on in, we should be heading down, and something to look forward to because it's supposed to be very steep.
Thank goodness for Google Translate. This sign makes reference to this fenced off area right along the trail. We've been going down, 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 and now we're ascending shortly for a little while. And apparently we're going through an area that's being protected from deer. And so the trick is that we can proceed, but we have to enter through this fence and secure the fence on the other side. So let's give it a try. Ooh. Well, we've descended the mountain, and that whole experience was really rugged. It took us about 5.5 hours. That included lunch, and there were a lot of really steep inclines, declines, loose footing, precipitous falls on the of the terrain, not us, along the trails. So for those people who have height issues, it would be a problem. Luckily, we are fine with that. So now we're heading for the highway. It's just around the corner, and it'll be another 2 kilometers or so to the train station for our return back to Ishinomaki.
So we've made it to Onagawa train station, which is right behind us here. It was actually designed by Shigeru Ban, who is a famous contemporary architect. In fact, he won the Pritzker Prize for Architecture in 2014. This building of his actually opened a year later in 2015. It has an interesting roof form. It looks like it's a stretched fabric roof that's meant to represent our wings of a bird and sort of expresses hope for the town of Onagawa, which of course was one of many, many, many that suffered in the tsunami and earthquake in 3/11. Anyway, so that's it. You can see that if you're looking at it, he does stress the use of natural materials in it. I especially like under the roof, under the fabric roof, the wings. You can see almost a basket weave using woods. He tends to use a lot of natural materials, and as a matter of fact, he's known for his paper/cardboard architecture that he does for emergency shelters. Well, time for a quick wrap up, I think, of today's events. It was like pretty hectic, wasn't it?
I think it was action-packed and
That's
lots
right.
of fun.
Yeah. So we call it stage 11 continued, but really, in reality, there's no way we could have done stage 11 all at in one go. It was just too much.
And we didn't realize that because there wasn't all that much information on the trail.
Yeah.
And in terms of distance, it was doable. But in terms of intensity, the steep inclines and declines, no. And we just didn't have that information.
That's for sure. So in the end, we noticed it quite a bit. Like if we were walking on pavement and in an urban setting or on the highway here in Japan, we'd be able to easily clock about 5.2 kilometers an hour. However, on this trip today, we averaged about 3.9 kilometers an hour. And that's pretty slow for us. It's the trail conditions are, I think, some of the most rigorous that we've encountered. This is definitely not an easy trail at all.
No, it's not a beginner's trail.
No.
And I think, they talk about the south part of this trail as being maybe not very exciting. It's very exciting, believe me.
Yeah,
Keeps you on your toes.
It's definitely getting more intense as we move further north on the trail. In the meantime, we had we took our train back here to Ishinomaki, and we did some clothes cleaning for before we left tomorrow, and we headed out for a nice dinner. We went to an Izakaya that was highly recommended, and got in there, and it was quite interesting. It turned out it was quite busy, that they couldn't really take care of us, or we'd have to wait a long time before we were served. So
and yet they took a great deal of interest in us, and they introduced us to one of their patrons, I think a regular patron. This is one of those bars where everyone knows your name.
Yeah.
And he was very helpful, and we asked for what they would recommend as an alternative.
Yeah.
And he came up with an alternative and phoned them to say we were coming. Meanwhile, the boss of this place walked us over there personally. I mean, the hospitality is unparalleled.
That's for sure. And then, of course, we had a wonderful time at the Izakaya. It was a fine ending to our stay in Ishinomaki. Tomorrow we're off again to another place, so we'll leave that until we get to that point.
Yes, and that's unfortunate because the last two walks we've been able to walk with virtually nothing. Yeah. Because we had a home base. Now we're going to have our full pack again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
So we have to be prepared for that.
For sure. So anyways, we'll let you know about that. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoyed this adventure on stage 11. And as usual, if you give us a thumbs up, that would be super fantastic.
And if you subscribe, that would be even better.
That's for sure. And as well, just load us down with those comments. We'd like to hear from you. We're a little bit slow in responding right now because we're sort of busy walking and what have you, and putting up.
But it's
videos.
very sustaining to read what you have to say. It really supports us morally and physically. So thank you very much.
So please take that as that, even though you don't hear a direct response from us
right away.
We super appreciate your comments.
You fuel us, so thank you.
You fuel us, yes. And so until next time, I think this is Gail and David saying goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow.
On the trail.
On the trail.